Doing things with House of Korea, doing things with House of Korea, doing things. And we're back. Hi, guys. I'm Carrie Ann. This is
Today.
And we are doing things with House of Korea. Thank you so much for being here. We're excited to be here with you. First of all, May the 4th be with you today. Today is the day. I love that. Star Wars Day. Oh, May the 4th be with you. Beautiful.
I wore my Princess Leia buns for this day, but I've decided that I kind of look more like an Ewok. Which I'm completely fine with.
I love that.
Pretty much the cat of the Star Wars world, so it's perfect.
So that's is what you're saying. I get it.
Your shirt is so sweet, Carrie Ann. Most people probably
shout out to Parappas in New Bedford, Massachusetts.
Shout it out. I mean, we're pretty much the Twitch channel of New Bedford, Massachusetts. From
New Bedford, we miss you and we love you.
Miss you, love you, and that pizza, oh, so good. Grew up eating that a lot. So.
I can eat this one. Whenever I see cartoon pizza, I want pizza, and I wish it was like cartoon pizza. Like I remember in like the show Doug when it would just be like so slimy and drippy and just like,
yeah.
I mean, when I see pizza anyways, I want it, but like cartoon pizza especially.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's what New York pizza is, which living in California, I'm sorry, I love California for a lot of things, avocados mostly, but your pizza is terrible. It's not good. we need New York pizza, and yeah. I do believe, I'm one of the believers that it's the water. So
I was gonna say, I think it's the water,
right? That's the like rumor in life, so.
Yeah, right, or something.
So, Carrie, I'm so excited for today. We are going to be working on kind of like one of my favorite things, which is working with irony beads. Perler bead is like the big brand of it, but there's a few other brands which I can like mention at some point. But the like little beads you put on a peg and iron them. A lot of people call it like 8-bit art, or Sprite beads is another one. I'm not really sure if I understand that term, but it's a really big Reddit. And I am a huge fan of this art. So I'm so excited.
I remember doing that when I was a kid all the time. And it was never like, I see the ones, whoa, 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 whoa.
That was not an earthquake. That was me kicking the camera. I just pretend it's an
earthquake. Should I go under my table right now? And like,
so funny. Anyway.
But yeah, I notice your friends behind you right now. Can we talk about them?
These are my friends. These are Stan and Tolly from South Park.
Yes.
My favorites. I mean, Tolly is my spirit animal in life, but I just thought I'd bring like some of my little guy friends that I have around.
Yeah, and that's what we're basically making today, right? We're going to be working in that medium.
Yeah, so my goal today is to I think Mother's Day is coming up, so I think there's a few moms in the world, like you mentioned yesterday that your mom loves Mario. So I want to try to make her a fun Mario card today. I think that would be
oh my God.
Right? So, okay.
Before we dive too deep into that, I do want to talk about your past with perler beads. Like Sid, she was kind of saying, like, as you saw, she made those back there. She is like the master with these. And in honor of May the 4th be with you today, I want to show you some like Star Wars ones that she made in the past.
Oh my gosh.
Her little Yoda here.
Wow. These were ornaments I made for a friend.
Hold on, I have more.
Oh, the little Chewbacca.
So cute. And that's what's so fun about these. Oh, and then my cat. But like, Sid has really like brought this art to a whole other level, like next level. Like I've seen like little ones like Mario, like little like mushrooms and stuff before, but you are like a pixel genius artist, and it's incredible. Like,
Thank
tell
you.
me, like, when did you first start, like, really doing this?
Yeah, I actually, Carrie, I feel like you may have been there the first night that we started messing around with this. I think I bought a big, like, they have the ones that are like 3,000 of all the different colors.
Ones, right?
Yeah, my mom's, I think, like in Massachusetts, and it's like 2009, I think, probably like right after college, right there, 2008, 2009. And I remember being like, it would be so fun. Like, it was right when nostalgia was coming back. Like now it's like ingrained, right? Like I'm wearing my husband's t-shirt that somebody bought at like, I don't know, probably Urban Outfitters. Like that's how ingrained nostalgia is in our life. Like we just bought one of those Sega video game things that has like all the Sega.
NES one, the tiny one. I love those.
Like, now it's like old news, but back then you could not get nostalgic things. Like if you had your old Nintendo.
Back then, what year are you talking about right now?
2008, 2009, right? Like this was I feel like back in 2008, it was like everything new was the coolest. And so nostalgia was not cool back then. I think that was like, what are you doing? Aren't you buying a new thing? Right? Like
that's like when Kanye was wearing that heart pin. Is that when that kind of started?
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. So then that was when, so Questlove and then Kanye West had the Heartbreak song, right?
Yeah.
And then he had the album and he was wearing a heart pin, and that, shout out to Dee and Ricky. They're like the OGs there, right? And then, and then Questlove started wearing them all the time. And so then you started seeing people out, like people would start to like rep weird old things. Like I remember I have this floppy disk here, but I remember the floppy disk being for the kids, if you guys don't know what this is. But I remember somebody like painting these. I lived in Harlem, and people would this kid would paint them and wear them, and it became this like nostalgia became a thing. And so I remember being like, dude, those like old bead things we used to make, and everyone just like made a coaster, like making. You just like made barely even a rainbow. Like I feel like we were so terrible at it, right? And like their ideas were so silly, right? Like Perler has
bead ones.
Yeah. So wild is that because of what exploded like 10 plus years ago, Perler Bead now has a massive section at every craft store. Their website,
right? Like it
yeah, like I am like I feel really like allowed to say that I am one of the people that like brought the movement back. That like
that down. Yeah.
It was wild. And so then in Harlem, that was at the time that like you went to like you bought your. I mean, everybody always buys cool kicks. That's never gonna die. I don't think ever. But maybe it will. Everybody buys their cool kicks, and so at that time, you bought your hat, your shirt, like everything matched, right? You wanted like the whole lockup for your like new shoes that you bought to wear out on Friday night. So I really zoned in on like making, at first I would make like, these were super popular, the little,
the Pac-Man ghosts.
The Pac-Man ghosts. And I would make them in the like hot colors, right? And we worked in the fashion industry. So I knew what Nike was coming out with, and I would start to like make, fun things. And I remember, I think like some of the coolest clients I had was Atmos, which has a store like right in like the coolest part of Tokyo where the Supreme store is and stuff. They also had a store on 125th Street. I think they're still there. I went to the Tokyo one recently, and I had never, I sold a little bit in Harlem, but most of my product went to Tokyo, and it was so cool to like finally see that in person. Years later, they aren't selling my stuff anymore, but it was such a like wild thing. And then Sabbath, that Sabbath brand that we were talking about, I made pins for them. And we were selling like in the Lower East Side at a lot of the cool streetwear stores. And, you go out to the parties and people would be like wearing our pins. That was like a huge thing. And then we dabbled in like chains. Like I have a few, I almost wore one. I should have. They're too low, but I have these big chains that I used to wear. And then we started making mosaics, and we did a huge like art show, which was pretty cool in Harlem. That was probably like, I don't know, 2000. What do you think?
Black Ink, right? It was that Black Ink Gallery.
Yeah, Black Ink Gallery, which is now that famous Black Ink Crew show on VH1.
Yeah.
Before it was famous.
I know, that was a great opening. We had I had a great time there that night.
Yeah, that was wild. And we did huge, I mean, yeah, I'll have to like dig those pictures up. I have pictures of them. I don't even have most of those pieces of art anymore, but my like pride and joy is our like 4-foot Marilyn face, Marilyn Monroe. And it's a really beautiful one. So
love that.
Anyway, that's the story. So I mean, I have all these beads, and when I moved to California, I couldn't get rid of them. I mean, I have this just like.
I mean, of course not. Look at.
And this is just the organized ones.
And just like the time to do that, like when you buy them, do you buy them by color or do you buy them in a jug and then like sort them out?
Okay, so at that time, you couldn't barely buy, like you could buy like black in a store or white, but like basic or like green and blue and red, like primary colors. There's just none of this other stuff. And they also had, I mean, man, I'm telling you, it was limited. So I had a good friend who, it was actually at the time, my boyfriend's best friend's now fiance. And she was always around because it was always like double dating times. And she really like clicked into this idea and started finding vendors online who were selling bulk beads.
Cool.
And she started finding, so another brand is called Hama, Hama, and they're out of England. And because they don't have the regulations, this is considered a toy in America. So that has regulations on like size and, like content, like lead or other, chemicals and stuff because kids eat them. But in other countries, people are like, that's your problem. So in England, you could have like silver and other different golds and copper colors that like. So Avo, my business partner, to make it very clear, all of that long story, she came in almost like day 2 of that. We bought that big mix of beads. We played around at my mom's. The next day or like 2 days later, I went back to my apartment in New York and Avo came over and was like, I want to do this with you. And she got like, she didn't really give me a choice. She just like showed up the next day with like, and the third day with bulk beads and was like, these are $3 a bulk for like 3,000 beads. Like that's, and then she did the math and told me and was like, it was like drug deals. It was hilarious. So, and she just started becoming like, she's my partner. We built them together. She went on eBay and like had all these connections. This was like when Reddit was like real deep internet. Like people did like, real, like people were not on Reddit really. I mean, there were people, but not the norm. It wasn't a household thing, but she found these forums and like found these communities of people, found an online thing that would like help you pixelate your art and like help you, it was unbelievable. So I couldn't have done it without her. And she was the one who organized all this. And when I moved away and, we had to like say goodbye to our project, she gave me the boxes and she got to keep a lot of the bulk beads. We kind of like split it up 50-50. And it was like, I felt like I was getting the big deal because I just couldn't imagine organizing this myself. And that is why I had her. So thank you, Avo. I think of you every time I take them out.
And hi, Bo.
Maybe I'll send this to her. So here we go.
Great. We have a quick question in here that from Sinbad Divine. They want to do these and they want to know what the best website to get the beads from.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're just trying to order them online, get them from Perler, Perler, or Hama. If you don't mind waiting a little longer, they have different colors on Hama and Perler. And I just think like
Hama.
Well, I'm sorry, what?
Can you spell Hama?
Hama.
Okay.
Yeah. So either of those, Perler is the one that you see in like Michael's, Joann's, all of that. Like you'll see them anywhere. I've seen them in other stores as well. But both of the beads, the medium-sized beads on both websites work on the like standard board. That's the one that you are most familiar with. It's like, probably like 2/8 of an inch tall, like this size. Hama and I think Perler now, now that this is blown up, they have so many different colors, so many different options. You can go in, there's a whole section. You can buy like thousands at a time of one color. You do not have to sort. Although they have all these like special tools for sorting. If you go on Reddit, there's like whole like ASMR test type things that you can like watch people sort. unbelievable, the community. And I'm really kicking myself for never actually like reaching out to Perler and being like, want to collab? Like,
sponsor me, dear Perlers, sponsor me.
I was too early in it, I think. But yeah, so if you want to go on, I would say just like buy them from Perler. You know, it's the most direct. It has the best assortment. But yeah, so both of those companies now have a smaller bead and a larger bead for the younger kids, larger beads. And the small beads are really intense to work with. You almost have to use a tweezer all the time, but they're awesome. And I can show you.
Yeah, can you have examples?
Yeah, so this would be like, oh, actually, I can show you exactly the same thing, but small and big.
Hi, Navicula Travels. Hi, John.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Okay, so you can totally like get more detail.
Oh, cool.
And it's smaller, so it's like a nicer like earring. You know, I've also made like really cool. I started playing around with like Native American.
Oh, hold that back a little bit. Right there. Wow, that's dope.
Right, I was like, ooh. I remember at one point we like talked about House of Correia type things. I know, playing around with that stuff. This is like another one. It's like a little more accurate. Like his little legs are just like more. It's more accurate, whereas this one just has like little nubs, which we can change the camera in a little bit and look at. Another one that was really fun was I went through this phase of doing like gems, almost like Zelda.
These.
You know, like big, yeah. I still think these are really cool.
I love those.
Yeah, really cool. Like, yeah. So I don't know. I had so many. I went through a little. You know, people always were asking me to do like Pokemon. Oh man, so many different things that I've done over these little weird like. I think these are Pokemons too. I'm not really sure. It's so funny. Look at this guy. This is like going through a treasure chest. He's like, okay. Anyway.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Mark and Julia.
You have the bow over there? Did I see that in like your?
Oh, girl, do I have a bow? Your
bow is just so. Yeah.
For your like edgy, if you're edgy, you know, you're edgy girl. If you're feeling emo, there's also, hold on, there's so many. Let's like, here's like a cutesy bow.
Cute.
And then I also have, okay, this is what you're looking for.
I like how you know what I want.
These are like.
Yes, these are gorgeous.
These are the small beads. So you can again see the difference in like how much detail. And these I put like Swarovskis on. But this took me like several hours.
Of course, that's a lot of work. These like are a lot of patience and like what a great thing to do. It's like doing a puzzle right now, right? Like in quarantine, like having something like almost mindless to do just to kind of like get like your hands moving and your brain working. Like this is such a great craft and activity to like, if you don't have it, invest in some things and just like make fun things, you know?
So true. Look at this. Okay, these are a little earring set that I have that I made of the big ones, which I think are like super fun and go back to our thing for Mother's Day. Like this would be like such a cute little Mother's Day gift for like,
right.
This is parents becoming parents age nostalgia. And like how cute. This would be so cute with my outfit, actually. Should have worn these today.
Yeah, right?
And they're like so fun, right? I'll leave these out so we can look at them better with the above camera. This just to like go back, I found some of these great ones. Look at this cute little like Union Jack.
These, yeah.
I know, man. These are so like calico, Alyssa.
Oh yeah, those are fun. I like those.
Little rainbow ones. How about just like simple, like little, you know, just two colors. You don't have to
be a character either. You can just make fun little designs if you want.
These are really sweet too. Little rainbow with a gold on the top. Anyway, okay. We have like seen them all. We've looked at it. We're inspired. So I want to make some cards. I want to make Barb.
Yeah, show us what we're doing today with this. So we're taking all of this knowledge that Haas has up there and we're applying it to a Mother's Day card gift that you could make with perler beads if you have them.
Yeah, what I think is really fun about this is I think like people think of them as like one, like, oh, this is what you do with it, right? But like you can do so much with this. And so one of my favorite things to do is I love making cards for occasions, not just birthdays, but like all occasions. So I'm just gonna set you up here.
Yeah.
Oh, make sure I'm not upside down. There we go. Better.
Oh, look at this. Look at this view right now.
Sorry if I'm making you all seasick.
It's okay. I took my Dramamine.
I can get you in there. Okay, great. Oh, okay. I think that's a pretty good view. I love making cards for occasions, and I love doing kind of unexpected things. And so like, especially I personally keep a lot of blank cards in the house because they're so cheap. You can get them at like dollar store. I have not dollar store. You can get them at dollar store. You can get them at the dollar section in Target, like the impulse buy section. It's pretty much the only thing I buy there.
The danger section.
It is the danger section, but I try to like not buy useless things, which this to me is not useless because I like, look how cool this is. Take this, right? It comes with envelopes. This is $1 for 20 of them. And put this on. And
that's so cute. How would you just glue it on? Like hot glue it on?
Yeah, so we can get to that, but like, look how that's so simple, right? Like the easiest little thing. And look at this, boom. And that's just like any card. Doesn't matter what you're sending that for, right? So these are my like, it's so easy and so like, so fun, and it's handmade, right? So it's like a lot of love. So I have these fun ones. I have some white cards these are both flat cards, the red and the white. And then I have like a fun like craft thing. So it's fun. Okay, cool. So I realize that I am backwards, huh? That's so interesting.
No, you're correct.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
On my screen, I'm backwards. That's so funny. Okay. I'm glad to hear that everyone's seeing the right thing. So I was playing around before we started with this. So doing like, I had this little heart that I've made, and we can like work on how to make one. But I thought it would be fun to like say, I heart mom, maybe. But what I know, like the thing that when you're starting to like come up with some ideas, you have to make sure that that the pieces are touching at least in one place side by side. Mm-hmm. So like, this isn't going to work for the M right here. So I'm trying to figure out, should I like fill it in with the block? Maybe I'll put like,
oh, because it won't like connect with the heat.
Yeah, and it'll be flimsy. Now, what's nice with the gluing it on a card is like it doesn't really matter, but it's also just easier. Like when you iron it and stuff, it gets very hard to control. Mm-hmm. I also thought it would be kind of fun to do like a number one mom.
That's cute. What do you guys think? Do you want to do I Heart Mom or number one mom?
And then the other thing
wins.
I know you also said that your mom likes Mario, so I was thinking it'd be fun to do like a Mario mushroom. Maybe we like put number one in the Mario mushroom, something like that. What would be fun? What do we think we should do?
Well, do you have a Mario mushroom for us to look at?
No, but I think we can make one. Let's make one real quick. It's not gonna be like super quick, but we can start the outline. Okay, cool. Let's go here. Okay, so I started to do it.
Bad Divine said Mario mushroom. So
mushroom indeed. Okay, so if you go now in this world of 2020 perler bead friends, you just go right on Pinterest, right on the just like internet, literally put in perler bead or bead sprite or pixel art mushroom, and you'll get the most insane, like, you know what, I've just got to show you guys because like this is crazy. Look at these four right here. So 2 classic at the top. Look at these fun ones.
Wow. Oh my god, the swirly one.
You don't even know. Look at the Hello Kitty one. The Hello Kitty one's adorable. The little like skull and crossbones, little music note, a poop mushroom. Okay.
Oh, Ange needs that one.
Nintendo game set mushrooms. Like, what is this? What is this world? These are insane. You can look at Cookie Monster. Look at this, Pac-Man. Anything you could possibly think of. And they are all so adorable. I love making them for a good, if I find out someone likes Mario. I'm like,
strawberry one. Oh my God, is that wait, go up the French fry?
Oh girl, McDonald's.
Oh my God. And what is that, little Big Mac? My God.
A taco, a kiwi, like if your brain isn't exploded, you don't like Mario, I guess. Donut Mario, like I can't.
No, I'm just kidding.
I just love the Cookie Monster. It really cracks me up. It's so funny. Okay, so back to making a basic Mario. So I usually start with the black outline. And yeah, and it's lots of counting. So if you are familiar with, there's all different sizes. I kind of like have a standard size I like. So I'll show you what that is. But I just, I think that, I forgot what I was going to say about Mario mushrooms, but they're just very classic. You can make them.
So you just like look at it and like freehand it?
Oh, yes. That's okay. Cross stitching. That's what I was going to say. So lots of counting. And if you're familiar with cross stitching, it's the same idea. It's just like a big grid and it's lots of like counting and filling things in. If you feel a little scared about doing it freehand, which like it's beads, it's not permanent until you iron it. So it doesn't really get that scary. Just like play with it. But another way that I've seen people do it is they use graph paper and they fill in squares and kind of like make their...
Oh, make a pattern.
Yes. And then if you can get clear boards, which I would say if you're going to buy them from perler.com, you can get clear ones. It's kind of hard to find clear ones in stores. Then you can just like lay it over and you're good to go. You just like trace. I've also seen people just trace a drawing. Like you could literally just like put it over anything and then kind of just... kind
of like paint by number in a way if you have a clear board.
Exactly. And like, you can always see, like you can see it even as I'm doing it right now. I'm like, oh, that one's not where it's supposed to be. Or, it's just kind of like, you get used to it. And you figure it out. So. Wow, I haven't made a mushroom in so long. You guys, I used to
need a little outline coming together.
Right. It's so cute. I feel like I used to make these in my sleep. I
mean, I'm pretty sure you did, though.
I know. We would, oh, man.
You guys did a lot of these. It was cool. What's really cool, and maybe, like, Sid will throw up some, like, throwback photos we can all look at, is she made, like, a huge Biggie Smalls, like, a Jay-Z one. She has like that 4-foot Maryland she was talking about. She's done a really cool skyline. Like, it's beautiful. It's really dope. Really dope stuff.
It is. I was going to put a bigger one behind me today, but I just none of them were gonna fit. They were all too big.
Yeah, I remember when we did the photo shoot with that one.
Yeah.
Too. With Tasha Blue. Black ink, remember?
Yeah, wow.
I could probably find that throwback photo somewhere in the archives.
Yeah, we should throw these up on House of Correia Instagram. If you guys don't follow, you should follow us.
Yeah.
Throw some up later on the gram.
Of Correia.
Okay.
Hi, Atlas. Watching. Hi.
Who's watching?
Atlas, pajanimal. That's hard. Pajanimal.
Her little babe. She's baby. Oh, hello.
Yeah, Crystal, you should get into this. You need a good hobby like this.
Oh, this is so calming. It's seriously like what's it called?
Therapeutic.
Yeah, like meditation.
Yeah.
I think it's even more meditative than a puzzle, to be honest, because it's kind of like there's not really like right or wrong. You're just kind of exploring. And yeah, I don't know. It's not like frustrating as much as a puzzle. You're not like, oh, I can't get it. I can't find this piece. It's more just like, okay, I'm making this thing. And then like this one, now that you've done the outline, it's just filling it in. So I don't know. What should we make your mom just like a classic one? What do you think, Barb?
She likes purple.
Oh, right. She's gonna get a purple one.
You hear that, Bob?
Bob, you're getting a purple.
Okay, Callie missed the beginning. So what we're doing is Sid is showing us how to use perler beads to make some dope art. So she's working on a Mario mushroom right now.
I feel like this is different than how I used to do it. Let me figure this out a little bit. No, this is right. Yeah, so right now we're making a Mother's Day card for Carrie Ann's mom, who loves Mario, I found out yesterday, which is so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Barb had no idea.
Used to. Like when I was a kid, I remember I would get up or like, I don't know, I'd probably think it was really late. It's probably 11, but you know, in the Correia world, that was like, whoa. And my mom would be like, we had the TV that was like in the wooden box, basically, like in the living room floor, like playing it, like do 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 do.
So funny, addicted.
A song. It's been a while. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Do 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 do. Right? Is that the right one? I don't know.
Da-da. I don't know.
So here I was making, deciding that I was going to start this business because I was like, we're not going to be making just regular old, whatever, pixel art. We're going to make I'm going to make like fine art, right? I was ready. I was like out here for that. And the only thing I could sell was freaking magic mushrooms and Pac-Mans.
You got to give the people what they want.
Okay, well, I guess that's what we're going to sell. And that goes back to the whole nostalgia, like the birth of like the nostalgia. And I don't know. To me, it was a very like turning point in millennial times. Like millennials suddenly were like, we don't want to grow up. We want to just be adult children. So could you just like
our time, we were at that age where
the crash,
our nostalgia,
Totally. I think I'd say like the crash happened. We were graduating college and it was like, well, there goes the hope. I guess we're moving home. Well, I guess, all right, cool. But then we did get jobs and stuff. So you had like some money. It's like, okay, what are millennials going to spend money on? We're going to spend money on nostalgia. That's what it's going to happen. So here we are in this world. And I love it because it's really like exploded. And I'm so excited that Perler Beads just zoned in. We're like, you know what? This is our time, guys.
This is it.
This is what we've been waiting for. Oh, he's really coming together, his little polka dots. Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Stimulus said, that's such a good point about refusing to grow up. Yes. Forever kids.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge thing. It's like, it was like Newbury Comics had a place, but it was the misfit person. It was the misfit adult, like who's spending that money. And now things like those, like blockheads, right? Like that whole culture, like all of that is like, all those big, also Newbury Comics. I'm sorry, not Newbury Comics. Urban Outfitters, like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I'm a large child and I love like kid robot stuffed animals. Is that?
Yeah, same.
I have my favorite stuffed animal currently is, sorry to my childhood one, I have a new favorite, is a kid robot bag of cheesy poofs that are stuffed animal cheesy poofs.
I love that.
So good. Okay, so I want to make sure that I actually make a card in the time. So let me finish up this mushroom.
Yeah, you're doing good.
It's time consuming, but I also think that that's a great part of it. It's such a great like zone out. My husband, who is not a crafter and really is very opposite of me, actually really enjoys doing this with me.
Aww.
I make him an outline like this, and then he fills in for me. So we make like big mosaics together because I'll like, I'll be like, okay, fill this section with this color, and then he does it for me.
It's really great watching you do this. It's like very relaxing.
Yeah, I bet it's even more relaxing to just watch.
Yeah, you're like, how's it on that end? Crystal said, I think I've seen people make this and make them into pins and make pins out of them and magnets. Yeah. Yep. That's right, Crystal.
That's right, Crystal. You have seen that.
You've probably seen Sid do it.
You may or may not have seen me do it. That was during the Rockaware times, Crystal, when we worked together.
Yeah, at the Rock.
Yep. I used to like religiously wear this one really funny little Game Boy chain I had.
I love that, a Game Boy chain. I think I remember that actually.
It's not even really a Game Boy chain. Yeah, we'll post these pictures. More pictures to come on the gram later.
And if you guys are enjoying, like, we're hoping, well, on Mondays, we are doing game-related crafts. So perler beads are something we can dive into heavy.
Yeah, that's something you want to watch. You just let us know. I'll do it.
Yeah.
We can make a different thing every week. Or work on one big mosaic.
Oh, wow.
I haven't. It was great to break these out. This is really fun. Look at how fun this is. Oh, Barb is going to love it.
You're doing this so fast, too. I'm impressed. Told you guys she's the perler bead master.
Tumo. Okay, so I have some things heating up over here. So let me show you.
Heating up?
Oh, I have my iron.
Oh,
and
cool.
I have my hot glue gun. So first, we're going to iron this bad boy. So I recommend
Yes.
the hottest, most dangerousest of iron. Obviously, this is not for children. I use a very 1970s, like buy it at Goodwill, hot AF. The brown ones. If it's brown, it may burn your house down, but it'll also melt your beads.
Oh my God.
Craft with caution. Put it on the highest setting of all settings. And the other thing is, like, if you're really, if you're a real crafter, you got to have, or a real just like creative person, you want to make a lot of things in the house, got to have a craft iron because you want something hot and you want it to never have water.
Never have water, and you don't want to get you could melt the bead on here and get plastic on the bed and then get it all over your clothes and geez.
Obviously, I do a lot of wild things with this iron, but that's what you want. You want the wild one. So I have paper. Parchment paper is okay. This is the paper that they sell from Perler. It is a little bit different, but it's completely fine to use parchment paper. I like to cover the whole, if I can, try to cover the whole board because you can melt the pegs pretty easily. The white ones are a little stronger. So if you're going to do investment, if you're like, you know what, I'm going to go to perler.com, I'm going to buy this, buy a couple of white ones. They're dishwasher safe. They do get dirty. And they're pretty sturdy and they don't melt as easy. The solid ones like this, the little nubs melt pretty easily. You can see one that's broken there. So, and then the other thing is that the seam will show in your thing. So if you put the seam right down the middle, you want to avoid doing that. If you're doing a big one, that's a whole nother process, but we can get to that another day. So I like to stand up and I like to put my body weight on it and I like to really move a lot. So fortunately with this one, you can cover the whole thing with the iron. And so I put it down, I'm heating it up, and I'm moving. Oh, my iron is dirty. So lots and lots of circular motions.
Okay, circular.
Not pressing too hard. You really want to have a nice, like, even, firm, and you can see, like, it's starting, some places it's the circle, this is a big controversy. Ironing there are two people in the world who, when they iron, they like the dots in the middle and they don't like the dots in the middle. This is like the
like
space.
when you see it, like when you see the dots from the iron.
Yes, the space. This is like spaces and tabs, people.
Oh, on here, not on clothes. I'm sorry.
Sorry, no. When you're ironing it, some people like to see the hole in the bead, right? So they iron it very lightly so that you can see the bead still.
Okay.
I iron the opposite. I like it to be a square. I like to fill out, right? So here we go. Usually I let this cool down. I recommend letting it cool, but you see, I like to fill the space.
That was beautiful. Peel off, that reveal. I could watch that like over and over again.
I'm going to let him cool, and I'm going to cover gluing. So I really like...
You have to let them cool for?
Until it's like I would wait a good 15 minutes at least. Like, the longer the better.
Cool to touch?
Yeah. And then I would say if you're going to glue it onto something, you don't really need to iron the backside because the glue will secure it. If you're going to put a pin on the back of it, you would want to iron the backside too. You can see this one, I ironed the backside. But you'll never get a full, like, it will never fill in on both sides. You get more bead on the front, and you see I like fill in all the holes, or I try to.
Mm-hmm.
This one has a little bit more on the bottom here, but.
What do you prefer?
I prefer filled. Like, this is just lovely. I love that. Okay, so I'm just going to use some hot glue because hot glue heat obviously works with these things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to boop, 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 put a little hot glue. And then center it on. So fun.
That's so cute.
So I forgot to show you guys this one before, but I'm definitely going to glue this onto a bigger card, is this one.
Oh my God. Are you going to fill that in or can you iron that one?
You can iron this one because everything is touching like side to side.
That's adorable.
I should be able to iron this one. So yeah, and I'm thinking, I think it'll fit. Yes, it should fit on this white card. So I'll put it on that one. That one's cute. This is real fun. I'm really excited about this little pack lady too. She's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Her little like beauty mark. So weird. I also just think the really simple little heart on a card is just like the sweetest.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go through phases. I just like glue a bunch of these and I have them and I send them to, whatever, like a thank you note or.
Yeah. I think I've definitely received that from you in the past.
So, yeah. Oh, I think we talked about these before, so I just thought I'd show you them again. I think these are really fun as earrings.
I love it. It's so good.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. And if you guys have any like requests or questions or are interested in like
more perler bead action.
Yeah, like, I don't know, whatever it is that you think would be really fun.
Or if you have anything that you want Sid to make you, she could do that too, I'm sure.
Yes,
Volunteer her.
extremely true.
You know, she could definitely come in with that. But yeah, what else, Sid?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like, what do you think? I guess, like.
I mean, that's cool. Is the mushroom dry or not dry? Is it cool? Like, do you peel it off now?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so it's starting to curl a little bit, which is actually a really great subject. So if you, when you heat it up, when it cools off, it starts to curl a little. You can kind of see it here, but it's not really like ideal. You know, you want it to be flat. So something I do, especially when I'm doing the big ones, is I keep like a really big book around, or sometimes I use just like my bins, and after I'm done ironing it, I like stick it on to flatten it.
To flatten it out.
Yeah. I'm going to do the back side of this one just because it got a little too curly for my ideal.
For your liking.
Yeah. And I want Barb to have a nice one. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so weird to do this sitting down. I gotta stand up. Something is on. I gotta clean my iron, kids. Clean your iron. Yeah, this is not good. Okay, so I'm just gonna I just put this right on top and just give it some weight.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, here, I'll put him over on the side.
Very cool. So then when you have that, you can either, like Sid showed us, you can make a necklace, you can make earrings, you can just glue it onto a card and make a beautiful card for Mother's Day or just to brighten up anybody's day.
Yeah.
Anybody would love to get this in the mail. Oh, I have a question actually. When you put this on, do you have to pay more postage?
That's a really good question. I probably would. I mean, it does add a pretty good thickness. If you look on the website for the post office, it does say that a 1/4 inch, I'm pretty sure it's a 1/4 inch is the limit, which I think this probably will be about a 1/4 inch in thickness but it's good to check. It's good to check. I will say, I'll say that I've sent it completely fine. Like this, okay, I'll show you exactly. Like I have put this exact heart on this exact piece of cardstock, this cardstock card, like this.
Into the wild.
And put it into this and sent it to the wild with a regular postage. This is a 4x6, so it's or 4x5.5, so it's quite small, right? Or 4.5 by 5, I forget. There's a standard, right? It's the 4x5 one. So it's a little smaller, you can see my hand next to it.
Yeah.
But the big thing is that there's machines for the mail. So I think sometimes if it jams machine, they'll send you back. They'll get mad and send it back to you, you know?
Oh, okay.
So best case scenario, just put 2 stamps and then they can't get mad at you. That's how I feel about it.
Fair. That's fair. And you want it to go. You don't want it coming back.
Totally. So, yeah. So, okay, I want to try ironing this I Heart Mom one. It can be a big reveal at the end. Do you have any questions? Any chats? Anything?
Just that everyone's mesmerized.
Everyone's mesmerized with my pearl ring?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, if we're into watching it, I could do more lengthy segments. Today we were just kind of wanting to see what people think, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to watch. Pretty fun to do. If you guys ever need help making a pattern, love that. I love creating them. I think that was the hardest thing for me, having a business of it. Doing 100 mushrooms was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, when you had, all right, so when you said you had like these orders and stuff, you guys were making these all yourselves, right?
All myself, and it was kind of like, how am I gonna? It's kind of like your sunglasses. How are you gonna have someone else do that? You know, it's like, this is it. This is your like art, right?
Yeah.
I thought a lot during this time. I would always think a lot about like Chihuly, you know, the glass artist. Because he has like interns and like gurus and people, everyone who like learn his art, his like master. And it made me think about how, like, you know, as an artist, like once you get to a point where like if you want to mass produce your stuff, you like have to have people to do it. Yeah.
Let go of some of the control and like let yourself go and let other people in to help you create.
And also define your style and define yourself, right? So like being like, hey, you know, this is what I am, this is what I do, right? So but then like, and then teaching it, right? Like writing out like can you like define how you do it? Like, could you write it out in words? I don't know if I could, right? So, but then we got big enough that we had a couple interns.
Nice.
Wait, okay, I know. You know who ended up being one of my interns?
Who?
Because of this? ASAP Ferg. You guys ever heard of him? It's a pretty big deal.
Have you guys ever heard of ASAP Ferg? He was your intern with Pixels?
So he met me because of Pixels and then became my intern at my day job.
So funny.
But he like knew about me and wanted to be my friend and work for me because that's what I was known for.
Yeah, no, I know.
I was, you know, my pixel. It's so funny.
You are a master. This is like, you seen those masterclass ads? This is it. This is the masterclass.
Yeah, ASAP Ferg.
That is so dope, the I Love Mom.
Thanks.
Look at that iron action.
Yeah, lots of circles, lots of... So I feel like I'm gonna pull a D Nice right now, but I have a Zoom meeting that I'm supposed to go to.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
You know how D Nice is. D Nice is like, I just popped in for a few hours. It's my last song. 3 hours later, but now I got a Zoom meeting, so I'm sorry, y'all. I'll be right back. Does anybody know, like, anyone in on this, guys? Is anyone?
I'm aware.
Anyone else listening to D Nice on the regular? Like, he's like in your living room, basically.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like I get a private like DJ set all the time, and I love it.
I know. I was like, oh, you got.
Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
love it.
This actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. This is really fun.
Can you use like two different, like a gray and like a black or something?
This is actually gold and silver.
Oh, wow. Wow. Look at, wow.
That.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Guys, this is actually really fun.
Yeah. So, put him up in the center more. Are you going to bring out your mushroom? You're showing us everything.
Oh yeah, the mushroom.
Put the I Heart Mom up in the center. You're off to the side. Yeah, look at that, guys. Look what we just made here all together. This is all of our art project.
Everyone, I want you to send me pictures. Please order some.
Yeah.
What you make.
We can come back and do more of this. Sydney Hawes is a master at this. So good. Thank you all so much for joining us on a Monday, our new gaming-inspired craft day at 1 o'clock. More of this. Tell us what your favorite games are.
Yeah.
What you want to know.
Yeah, like let us know what you're interested in, what you're I don't know what your desires are. If you want to do more perlers, like, let's do it. I'm down. Always love some good perlers.
Yes, thank you, Sid. This was so good. Like, I know this is your art, and like to like dive into this and like teach us all your knowledge here. Like, that was so dope. Thank you so much.
Anytime. You're so welcome. Guys, thank you. We'll see you all back on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday back on Stimulus, 1:00 with our Wellness Wednesday. We have Angela Basolis. We're making shea butter lotion, and
I'll be there.
I can't wait. Mwah. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.